Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this channel, and thank you very much for your continued support. Raila Odinga should not leave this country before the Azimio la Umoja Runningmate conversation, or rather the Runningmate issue, is finally addressed. The State House meeting, where President summoned Kalonzo Musyoka and Raila, settled on Martha Karua. But that decision is not sitting well with one Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Today, Azimio have suffered another blow because Makueni Governor Kivutha Kibwana is bolting out of Azimio structures, and he's citing frustration or now difficulty to work with one Kalonzo Musyoka. Let us look at what he has posted. It is proving impossible to work with Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka in Azimio in Ukambani. After he joined us, he has wanted especially me out of all Azimio structures. I have no choice but to be at peace with this sad reality. History will ultimately judge all of us. May it be kind to Raila Odinga. What is here is that Kivutha Kibwana is going to leave Azimio leadership structures. That means that he might not campaign for Raila Odinga in Ukambani simply because they can't share the table with Kalonzo Musyoka. This is quite unfortunate, and I can say that it is a blow to Raila Odinga, because the initial plan was, if Kalonzo is not going to support Raila, Raila had a backup plan by the three governors of Ukambani, Kivutha Kibwana, Alfred Mutua, and one, Charity Ngilu. But when Kalonzo emerged and joined the coalition through Jubilee, because Kalonzo was on record saying that he was only going to join through the trust of President Uhuru Kenyatta, trying to allude to past experience with Raila Odinga. The three governors were to take a backseat, and that was not possible. So that is why the conversation of the three-legged stool emerged. I am not surprised by this acrimony between Kalonzo and Kivutha Kibwana, because Kivutha Kibwana is one of the leaders that was mentioned, that Kalonzo Musyoka mentioned, in that document, that secret document that was signed between Kalonzo, Raila, the 2017 document of Kalonzo, Raila, Kivutha Kibwana, and Makau Mutua. I may not be surprised again if still Kalonzo Musyoka demands that that Mutua Mukua bolts out of the Azimio structure. That is something that is most likely possible. So to this, it is more of a personal attack, or it is a personal acrimony between Kalonzo and Kivutha Kibwana, because you might ask yourself, amongst the three Ukambani governors, one that is being seen as a person that have a gentleman's approach to issues is Kivutha Kibwana. The ones that are confrontational are Alfred Mutua and Charity Ngilu. But I don't want to delve there, because I want to face the giant in the house. The giant in the house is a perception by Kalonzo Musyoka that the people that are blocking his way to the running mate are the three governors. And in this video, I want to challenge that, because the problem that is happening, and I want to agree with Kalonzo, that the winning ticket 2013 and 2017, he says they won. And so if Raila is to win, he is to be there. One thing that I can't dispute, and I had analyzed here in my previous video, that Raila Kalonzo ticket is not a losing one. This issue of running mate is bringing a headache in Azimio, because of one thing. Central Kenya, because of Raila Odinga's succession politics. Kalonzo is holding into it because he believes that for him to inherit Raila, if Raila becomes the 5th president, it will be most likely possible if he is Raila's deputy. On the other side, I think the Central Kenya team also knows very well that for them to have a transition and get power back to Gema, they must have one of their own in the ticket. This is the issue. Because the baseline here is this: there is no shared presidency. The only time there was a shared presidency was in the 2013 arrangement between Uhuru and Ruto. Even in 2007, when Kibaki was president and Kalonzo was vice president, Kalonzo was appointee of the president. In 2013, the new constitution, they had the arrangement, and I want us to listen to this statement by Jimmy Wanjigi, because while he was speaking somewhere in Malindi, he alluded it to the fact that President and Uhuru and Ruto divided the government right in the middle in 2013. Listen to that here.
Agreement ya Uhuruto, ndani ya room kulikuwa Uhuru Kenyatta, William Samoei Ruto na Jimmy Wanjigi. Kweli ama si kweli? Akaongeza akasema hiyo agreement ni huyu amechora na hako nayo, sijui ameifungia wapi, labda atoboe wananchi waone. Si alisema hivyo? Nitatoa siri moja tu. Serikali tuligawanya nusu namna hii. Tulikata namna hii nusu. Mguu mmoja ulikuwa unasimamishwa na national security, yani bunduki. Mguu mwingine national treasury, yani pesa. Unajua inchi ni bunduki na pesa. Bunduki na pesa. Haya. Nikauliza Uhuru Kenyatta, kwa sababu wewe ndio utakuwa rais, chakua ya kwanza, wewe unataka nini? Akasema, Jimmy, mimi nataka bunduki. Nataka bunduki. William Samoei Ruto akaenda na mguu ya treasury.
Because constitutionally, there is nothing like the principle of shared presidency. There is only one president. So that is why in 2017, the president had the liberty to tell his deputy that, look here, I want to run government the way I want, and I want to work on my legacy. Remember, there were allegations that when Ruto was in charge of government, that is when the mega scandals were witnessed. And most likely, the president was pointing a finger on his deputy that he mismanaged the government then. So, this is a very free advice to Kalonzo Musyoka. That, because there is no shared presidency, being on a ticket with Raila Odinga is not a guarantee that you're going to have smooth transition. How about, and I'm not advocating for this, how about if they be in the ballot, they win, and Kalonzo sits there as a deputy president without any power? Because all the roles that Kalonzo has to take as a deputy president will be assigned by the president. And if Raila decide to say that, okay, I'm going to sabotage your bid, in fact, it will be so easy for Raila to micromanage him when he's his deputy. In this video, I want us to look at straight point why I think, and I am advising Kalonzo, that if he wants to succeed Raila Odinga and open his gaps for a succession in 2027, or rather open his options, is leave that Runningmate race. There is nothing flowery in it. Nothing flowery. And if he wins, if he vies with the ticket and they lose, so what is likely to happen? And these three governors, in the scenario that these three governors cross over to Kenya Kwanza, or rather two, Ngilu cannot cross. Alfred Mutua and Kivutha crosses over to Kenya Kwanza. It not be told that time is not there. They can still cross, even not as political parties, but as individuals, and support Ruto. And they win the other side. They will topple Kalonzo Musyoka as the head of the community. So, I want us to look at 3 reasons why I feel that it is not worth the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this video and you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly take a second and subscribe. And more importantly, I also want to request you to give this video a like, click the notification bell so that when we publish a video, you will be notified. But are you staying within Nairobi, the counties of, or rather staying in the Lavington, in Kiambu, staying in, are you staying in Lavington, Kiambu, Runda, Karen? And you stay in a place where there are frequent blackouts. Don't look left. Here is the right solution for you. Check out on the Instalight company. These guys have amazing power backup systems, customized for your home, for your company, for your school, for your institution, for your business. You need to check out their website there and also talk to them directly one-on-one. And their number is 0722 818 883. 0722 818 883. And kindly make sure that you make it clear that you've received this from Kevin Oduor. Through that, you are really a golden supporter of Kevin Oduor. Now, 3 reasons why, in good faith, Kalonzo should just let it go. It's not worth the fight. Number 1, the status, it is just a status without power. If he was to be given an option of don't take the running mate, but take 40% of government. If you listen to the clip by Jim Wanjigi, 2013 ilikatwa that you choose the one person choose the gun, the other also choose the money. So it was divided on treasury and I think interior. So what I would actually advise Kalonzo to do, he will stand to benefit more. If he gets 40%, that means he has got some cabinet slots, ambassador slots, and bit here and there, or maybe something in the National Assembly, the majority leader or something. The community is going to benefit more than him. And with that, he will stay pretty outside that government and he will continue enjoying the dominance because the community shall have actually benefited. And although he can also benefit, because what we don't need to lie, we are not staying in the moon, we are in Kenya. All this is about the interest. The only place where you can be a cash cow, you can get some money, is the ministries. A deputy president, if you have little influence, even on the tenders and all that, there is nothing that you can get. I may not be shocked. Ruto did not amass a lot of wealth in the second term because he was not inside. He was just getting in directly. Number 2, if Kalonzo wants to be, if you want to succeed Raila, then move away from Raila's government. In good faith, this is what I see. Kalonzo has mentioned that after Raila is sworn in, he will start campaigning, which, yes, is fine. And no one is objecting that. But then, for him to succeed in campaign, and that's why I'm saying to open his options very wide, for him to do that, it will be easy for him to be out. Because if he's a deputy president and he will start campaigning, what is most likely is that he will not accommodate the interest of Raila Odinga. And they might differ with Raila Odinga publicly. If he differs with Raila and Raila is the president by then, what is most likely to happen is that there is going to be that public rebuff. And what the resultant effect will be that he might just remain with the Kamba mission alone. So, look, just take a good example is Uhuru and Ruto. They differed publicly after the 2017. If Uhuru was out, if Ruto was not a deputy president, was out, there is nothing. But because he has 2027 interest, let him just set aside. Because it will be very easy, even if they don't win, even if he feels like the government is unpopular and I want to be in a succession after 2027, he can team up with the opposition. But if he's vice president, it will be very unlikely for him to leave government and team up with the opposition so that they plot post 2027. And I am a devil's advocate in this, but I think this is what is most likely to happen. If Raila wins and Ruto forms the opposition, then Kalonzo Musyoka is out there. Most likely Kalonzo will team up with Ruto as they plan 2027, because Ruto will have to do away with Musalia, because Musalia might also demand that you support me back in 2017, in 2027. So because of 2027 interest, let him just leave it. Lastly, we cannot bury our head in the sand. The elections are being funded, and they're being funded by financiers. Someone was calling them oligarchs. So these oligarchs are giving the money for the finance. For them to secure their interest, they want to be at the table. So because of that, ladies and gentlemen, in my analysis, I feel that Kalonzo can let it go. What do you think?